Dear friends, this week we read the double portion of Acharei Mos and Kedoshim. And what's interesting is that this portion of Acharei Mos, which at the beginning talks about the service that the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, did on behalf of all the Jews on the holiest day of the year in Yom Kippur, where he did all of the atoning on behalf of every single Jew and going into the holiest place, the Holy of Holies, and we read about all the details of this great moment on this great day. And then we turn the page and we continue in the portion talking about illicit relations, sexual relations that are forbidden, those with family members, and even beyond, different relations that are forbidden between men and women. And what's fascinating is that on Yom Kippur, in the morning we read what happened at Yom Kippur in the temple. And in the afternoon reading, we read about these illicit relationships. How do they fit in one portion? And how do we on Yom Kippur, such a holy day, spend time to talk about things that everyone knows is wrong and you should stay away from immoral and illicit relationships? But we just have to look the world we live in. Just today, the case of Bill Cosby came out. Here was a hero, a great celebrity, a man who had risen from the bottom of the barrel to the top, had become the father figure of America, someone people adored. And what came out of the closet? That this person, in his own private life, behind closed doors, what is the things that he was doing? How was he treating women? How was he treating the whole idea of relationships between men and women? Immoral and wrong. And very often, we can put on a facade of being a Yom Kippur. There's a day we feel holy, and there are times we feel great and special, and we feel that who cares what's going on inside of us? Who cares where my lusts and my interests and my desires are? As long as to the public I put a good face and I do some of the right things. And the Torah tells us no. You can't be a complete Yom Kippur. You can't be truly holy. You can't be right. You can't be a moral person if inside you're corrupt and immoral, and you do not treat other people with respect, especially the opposite sex. You don't treat them with respect. You don't treat them in the right way. And this is the message of this week's portion, that we cannot have our great leaders turn into the Bill Cosbys of the world and the Harvey Weinsteins and so many others that haven't yet been exposed. But we have to make sure that whoever we are, even if we're not famous and we're not great, but whoever we are, living a moral life, it has to be through and through. It has to even touch the areas of our life where we have incredibly strong temptations and desires, and sometimes we think we can hide it from the world. You cannot hide it from the world, and you definitely cannot hide it from yourself. True holiness comes when on the inside you're as thorough, clean, and true, and good and moral as we try to be on the outside. And this is very important. We are not perfect, but we have to work on ourselves, not to try to be spiritual and feel great in a spiritual sense, but make sure that in the things in life that are mundane, that are our daily activities and daily interactions with people, there we find holiness. There we find that we treat people with respect, with dignity, that we take our physical acts and actions with a sense of meaning and purpose and within the right context, and then we reach true holiness. Then our Yom Kippur becomes a full Yom Kippur, and then we come to Kedoshim, true sense of holiness and sanctity. And that's what Judaism aims to create, sanctity within our lives, in the mundane and the regular activities, not just in the unusual one-time-a-year activities that we engage in of Jewish nature. May God help and give us all the strength to be strong on the inside and the outside, to be thorough, to be true, to be moral, to be Jewish, and to be always in the service of God with this sense of feeling. So I want to wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom. May God bless you all. We love you all. This week, Shabbat in Montreal is 7:38 p.m. All the best.